Hey, how you doing? My name is Michael Bowlers, and I'm doing my project on student power and world mission. Um, I'll be talking about the impact that universities and colleges had on world mission um, and the different advances all throughout history. So the 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 first founding of missionary work in college and universities were in Germany in the 17th century by seven young law students from Germany studying in Paris, and their goal was to spread the gospel. Three went to Africa, and one, Peter Halen, he spent 20 years in Abyssinia where he translated the Bible in Amharic, and it helped spread the gospel all throughout Ethiopia. Another guy, his name is Count Nicholas Ludwig von Zinzendorf. And I'm just gonna call him Count. Count was the founder of the Moravian movement, and at 10 years old, he knew that he wanted to spread the word of Jesus and the gospel. He studied at the Padagium in Germany. Then later, with five other boys, he formed the Order of the Grain of Mustard Seed. He continued with his mission throughout his college years at Wittenberg and at Utrecht University. The modern Protestant missionary movement traces parts of their roots to the Moravian movement of 1732. The Cambridge Seven were seven students from Cambridge University and from the military academy. Six of the students were from Cambridge University, and one student came from the military academy. And in 1885, they decided to become missionaries to China through the China Inland Mission. Samuel Mills, who was another guy who was very profound in missionary work, he went to Williams College, and there the movement of foreign missionary began. He started, he then started a petition with other students to the General Association of Congregational Churches, requesting the formation of a foreign mission society. They were granted access, and Mill, with other students, became the first North American missionary society, and a year and a half later, were the first volunteers to spread the gospel in Asia. In 1886, the student volunteer movement was founded and was completely organized in 1888, and has been the most far-reaching influences on the worldwide outreach of the church in North America. They sought out college and university students in the United States for missionary service abroad. The growth of the student volunteer movement was exponential, and in 1891, they sponsored the first international student missionary. The movement had also reached out and planted seeds of similar movements in Great Britain, Scandinavia, and in South Africa. They had over 20,000 students by by 1945, and there were also some confusion and some decline also. In 1934, only 34 volunteers sailed for the field, opposed to 637 in 1921. In 1940, 465 delegates attended a convention in Toronto as compared to 6,890 in 1920 at Des Moines. They later joined with the University Christian movement that that and they both helped each other out, but the University Christian movement was discontinued in 1969. Um, there were also some recent advances. There were the student foreign mission that was organized in 1938, and then there were also the InterVarsity Christian Fellowship that was founded in 1945, which held missionary conventions and went abroad and had missionary work. Um, you also had veterans who endured World War II that that looked at the world, looked at life differently, looked at God differently due to the war. This had a negative impact on the missionary work in colleges and in universities, and students of the world of the 1960s, however, was marked by activism and violence and upheaval and negative attitudes due to the mistreatment of a lot of people. There was mistreatment of women, mistreatment of African Americans. So at this time, the world was kind of like in flux, and later students continued to mobilize, and they began to take more of a positive attitude to work for change within the system. Um, um, Also the student volunteer movement, they continue to mobilize. Also, they continue to work abroad. Um, they um, they began to create what they call the traveling team, and they began to move out to places such as Korea, South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and parts of Latin America. Today's students continue to mobilize, continue to um, advocate, and um, continue to come together and um, um, for missionary work and that goes abroad, that goes to different cities, different places that are disadvantaged here in America, and they continue to spread the word and spread God's word through um, colleges and university. And that's my project, and thank you.